SIG M17s are failing in field environments and shooting courses, and I'm here to talk about it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average SIG downfall spectator that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video is we are going to be discussing my own experiences and a shooting buddy's experience, another instructor, on the M17 over the past 45 days. Now, I have been hesitant to share my work experience on this issue as I am flying a little bit close to the sun, so I'm going to give you this massive disclaimer. This video does not represent the Department of Defense or the United States Army or the SIG contract with the United States Army in any way. I am speaking on this as a normie on the internet. That is not, I'm not trying to represent the Army or the Department of Defense or anything therein professionally. However, I am going to speak on my professional experiences in this video. So as it might seem that I am flying a little bit close to the sun, it kind of is. But that's why I want to put that major disclaimer out that nothing I say here today represents the Department of Defense or the United States Army in any way. Now, with all that out of the way, a shooting buddy of mine, another instructor, allegedly, has attended a shooting course over the past few months, and it's a long duration Army school. That's all I can really say. And in this school, there were, I believe, about 30 to 45 students that had to shoot the M4A1 and the SIG M17. Now, through his data points and my own personal data points, there's a number of things that he and I feel that we need to share on my channel. Even though I have a small audience, it's important to share these things with you guys. So let's get into it. If you want to support the channel, hit the like button. Comment down below if you've seen any issues that I'm about to discuss with the SIG M17 in real life. If you've actually experienced these things in real life, then share your data points down below so people can either be warned about it or maybe my experience was just a little bit different than yours. So share those in the comments. If you want to support my work monetarily, there will be links down below for you to join the Patreon to become a member of the Discord server for $5 a month. Or if you want to just support for the ammo fund, there's a link down below where you can donate to the magazine fund and ammo fund, as we are testing the SIG P320 M18 for a 5,000 round test here on the channel, and the magazines are $45 a pop, and I don't have that kind of money to buy 50 freaking magazines, so thank you for helping out if you want to. Okay. The issues that guys are experiencing are two minor issues. However, well, really three minor issues, but they're adding up to be a major problem. In order of severity, we'll talk about them right now. So the first issue that guys, the least severe issue that guys are experiencing are significant finish wear on the gun. Now, a lot of people watching this are like, who cares what the guns look like? You're correct. No one cares what they look like. What we do care about is the corrosion resistance and the guns rusting. Okay, so the SIG M17 specifically is having significant issues with the finish wearing prematurely. So premature coating wearing is an issue because now the guns are going to begin to rust, and now we are seeing issues with rusting that has been reported, corrosion, and just major cosmetic issues that are causing reliability issues as well. So a lot of these stories, right now, I'm speaking from my own experience as well, but we have paratroopers, we have 101st dudes, and we have mechanized infantry dudes and Bradleys, all reporting the same thing in my inbox and in person at work, basically saying, hey dude, these guns, they're falling apart. The finish on the slide is basically falling apart, and the sights are flying off of the gun. When engaging targets, these sights, the rear sight is physically ejecting itself from the weapon at the shooter, as well as the optics. For the guys that have the SIG red dots, those are physically removing themselves throughout the firing process. So the finish is wearing way early, and the sights are removing themselves from the gun through the recoil of the actual firing system, or the recoil mechanism, right? As the slide travels rearward, so does the rear sight, and it jettisons off the weapon or the red dot sight. So that is all point number one, right? Point number two is light primer strikes. Now, yes, a light primer strike is expected once or twice every 1,000 rounds, right? Regardless of ammunition, you will have light primer strikes here and there. It is rare, but they do happen. Some shooting buddies that I have that are also instructors, very I'll just say well-known people in the Army, allegedly, just returned from a shooting course, and they're having significant click, no bang, okay, tap, rack, fire, a random amount of rounds, click, no bang, tap, rack. That is a firing pin issue or something happening with the striker mechanism inside of the M17 causing these click, no bang, or light primer strike issues. Now, I can physically hear the keyboards typing with all the SIG fanboys being like, Trench, that's going to happen with any gun. That happened with your PSA Dagger. That happened with, that happens with Glocks. Not at that rate, guys. That is significant. Having a ton of click no bangs with a class of 45 firers over the course of 5 weeks, that is a significant issue. One second, I need to hydrate because I'm dying. By the way, this is what I imagine is happening at the SIG factory as they make the P320 or the M18s and M17s. They're just willy-nilly mixing everything together, all crazy like. So beware. All right, allegedly, right? Allegedly. Okay, so light primer strikes. Major issue. That's point number 2 in severity. Imagine, dude, you just kicked down a door, you had a malfunction with your M4, you transitioned to your M17, click. Now you're playing this game of tap rack when you could have just had a Beretta M9A4 or a Glock 19X that would have done the job. Okay, so major issues with these 45 shooters over the course of a 5-week course, allegedly having some very, very significant issues with reliability in terms of click, no bang, malfunctions, okay? Now, there were obviously some stovepipe malfunctions that he reported throughout the course, but here's the deal. With the combination of those two as well, not good, okay? Now, the biggest thing I want to share is point number 3. Point number 3 is the weapon's not going into battery fully. Now, what I mean by that is when dudes are either loading, okay, mag in, slide forward, mag in, slide release, slide goes forward. They're having to tap the back of the gun, the back of the slide, tap the back of the gun to get the gun to go fully into battery. So that's a problem. Same thing with when they're correcting these click no bang malfunctions. They're tap racking as they've been trained to do, releasing fully to the rear, right? Releasing the slide at the rear, letting it go forward under its own weight. And the slides are not going fully into battery. Now, as he reported this, we went and grabbed an M17 and tested it. The guns do not want to go fully into battery. You can feel there's some sort of resistance when you either do a chamber check or let the slide go forward. Sometimes the slide will not go fully home and that round will not fully seat, thus causing the same issue that we've been noticing, light primer strikes, because the slide is not fully in battery, thus causing a potential out of battery detonation or a light primer strike as the less significant part of that, okay? So, all that to say this for point number 3. Dudes are having their gun, their M17, not go fully into battery and causing them to, part of their loading or reloading procedure, slide forward and tap. That is not how you load a handgun, causing guys to have muscle memory issues now and trust issues with the M17 because the gun is not going fully into battery. Make sense? So, in summary, guys, we talked about 3.5 major issues. The finish issue is one, right? Causing corrosion and significant wear early on in the SIG M17's lifespan, whether it be through airborne operations or mechanized infantrymen, or dudes just attending regular shooting courses where they shoot 1,000 rounds a week or more, and over the course of the 800 to 1,000 rounds per week, those round count is causing major wear significantly early on in the handgun's lifetime, whereas if you were to compare it against a Beretta, an M9, a Smith & Wesson M&P, those guns are not having these wear issues, okay? So major wear issues were reported. The next major issue is click no bang or light primer strikes on good work ammo, 124 grain NATO plus P ammo, right? And yes, some of our ammo has been known to have hard primers. However, Never had this issue with the Berettas, right? Same lot numbers and everything, right? So standard ball, military ammunition, 124 grain NATO ammo. Now we're having issues with the M17. Allegedly, all of this is anecdotal, alleged, right? Don't sue me. It's just some dude that don't represent. I don't represent the Department of Defense or the Army. Just happen to may or may not be a drill sergeant leader, instructor. That is being able to have a brain and have 2 eyes and 2 ears and being able to communicate with people. So I'm here to tell you our story, right? Again, doesn't represent the Department of Defense or the United States Army, just my thoughts. So, light primer strikes, major issue with the M17, and then obviously the doggone not going into battery. So part of the loading procedure, having to tap the back of the slide, or part of the correcting a malfunction, having to tap the back of the slide and make sure that gun is going full, that slide is going fully into battery prior to beginning engaging. That costs time, that costs muscle memory, and that's a major training issue for us, for guys having to train around that with the M17. So overall message of the video is make sure you guys are training with whatever your issued gun is. If you're a civilian, don't buy a SIG, buy something else. If you're SIG and you're watching this, do better, dude. Fix the gun, do a recall. Recall all of the 320s, recall all of the M18s, recall all of the M17s, fix them, get them in line with the specification that they should have been out of the factory, allegedly, and make sure everything is good to go. Because what we have now is, because SIG went after all these shooters, whether it be instructors, whether it be the regular riflemen on the line, whether it be dudes going to courses in the Army, now what's happening is all these shooters, all these infantrymen, all these soldiers, they're now DMing me. Kind of weird, grown men DMing grown men, which is good. Keep doing it, right? So keep sending me your stories, keep sending me range footage, keep sending me all that stuff. But now what's happening is, because SIG went after everybody, now everyone's like, no, here's the evidence, opposite of what you're claiming. Here's all the evidence that we have. And now you're just trying to gaslight people, right? So what do I think SIG should do? I think they should bite the bullet. That way more people don't get injured, allegedly. That way more people don't have click no bangs and malfunctions, allegedly, or guns blowing up on them. I think they should recall all of the 320s, all the M18, all the M17s, and just make it right, okay? So, just wanted to share these stories with you. Stories may or may not be happening, happening as we speak and happening over the past few weeks as all this was going down, and may or may not be some of my experiences in there too, in line with what they're saying. So let me know what your thoughts are down below, guys. Again, if you have evidence, send it to me. If you want to support the channel, hit the like button, comment down below. If you want to support monetarily for the M18 testing that we're going to be doing, the 5,000 round burn down that starts tomorrow here on the channel, well, let me know. Again, I bought that gun from a third party, so there will be no conflict of interest there. SIG does not know anything about my channel to my knowledge, and they definitely don't know anything about the third party transaction, right? So do all those things, help with the magazine fund, and until next time, this will be Trench Grenade, your average M17 spectator that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.